to forgive sins. I say, if I sin, forgive me as Nigerians.
While millions of Nigerians are busy doing this, wasting their time watching international football matches, pursuing after celebrity gist and content creation online, I want to inform you that the Nigerian political bandits have successfully kidnapped our collective aspiration as a people, and Tinubu happily signing off our captivity in this current regime of electoral reform. Watch this video to the end and spread this message, because we are in for a long drive. You are welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. It shocked me to my bone marrow to watch Nigerians act as if to say everything is normal, while your political bandits at the National Assembly led by Akabio went to Tinubu's office to quickly append their signature in approval of our collective captivity as a people in Nigeria. Please.
Nigeria. Amen. Bless all of you.
Thank you.
The essence of democracy is to have, very solid brainstorming discussions committed to national development and nation building, the stability of the nation. It's not as important as the history aspect of this. What is crucial is the fact that you manage the process to the extent there will be no confusion, no disenfranchisement of Nigerians, and that we are all going to see democracy flourish.
Now, to add salt to the injury, you need to hear what Akabio said.
We did a very thorough job, very painstaking. We took cognizance of the peculiarities of the country. We did not allow too much outside interference, and we're very patriotic in our submissions. And at the end, we believe strongly that what the president has just assented into Act of Parliament will make for a better election in the future, and will also lead to prosperity, and will also lead to transparency of the electoral process. Well, I think all Nigerians wanted was that in the IREF portal, which is a kind of viewing center of the outcome of most of the polling unit results, that they would like to see that transmitted electronically. We have included that in the amendment that has just been signed into Act of Parliament. But we also took cognizance of areas where there may not be any network, where there may not be communication capacities and availability. And we said, since the polling unit result comes in from EC8A, which is signed by the presiding officer, signed by the agents, and signed and in the presence of security agents, copies are given to all. Then we can use that as a primary source of collation at that unit. And then, of course, we transmit it, even if there is no network at that time. Once we step out of there, maybe towards the ward center or the local government center, it will drop into the IRF, and people will still be able to view. The implication of that is that if what is eventually collated at the next center is different from what is in the IRF, Nigerians will be able to compare whether the election result had been tampered with. And for us, that had always been the problem in the country, that once election result leaves a polling unit, it will be tampered with or mutilated. That has been eliminated today. So we are satisfied that we have met the aspiration of Nigerians. That the issue of real time also comes in. Once you transmit, even if there is no network at that time, once you go to where there is network, it will still drop. So eventually everything will still be shown. So we are happy and satisfied that we have been able to interpret the intentions and the yearnings of majority of Nigerians, not those who are politically motivated, not few people who make noise.
And that is true. I agree with him totally, and I don't blame him a bit. You know why? Because Nigerians made it so. Nigerians have not shown these political bandits that their will is being undermined by their shenanigans. You see, all of these things, they knew that maybe with the advocacy and consistency in the protest being carried out by some activists, while we are here mobilizing and conscientizing Nigerians to understand why it is important for them to be part of this agitation, everybody played I don't care. Everybody was busy facing his business. And now, these guys have successfully, swiftly, like a Maradona in politics, signed this bill into law. Because they are afraid that with this, if this agitation is sustained, the momentum continues to grow, then it will become difficult for them to do that. And I don't blame the politicians, I blame Nigerians. Because if we have about at least 100,000 people living in Abuja, storming the National Assembly, joining the protest by the activists, I can tell you by now, these guys wouldn't have even attempted. Because for him to come out to tell you that they have done the will of Nigerian people, and what you are seeing in the protest is the will of very few people, how will you say he is not right when you are busy acting I don't care, when millions of Nigerians are busy in their corner rejecting it to themselves, saying, oh, these politicians are evil, lamenting and cursing them online without joining the agitation on the street? That is why they believe it is over, and they have swiftly done the done deal. Nigerians, now we go use our head, carry on. I have almost given up. Honestly speaking, I was on phone call with area father, and I expressed my disappointment, and he agreed with me. Yes, that the bunch of Nigerian people we have today is the most miserable set of people in the world. Because if Nigerians are normal, by now everywhere will be heating up. Because it seems that they don't understand the implication of what happened yesterday by them successfully signing off our collective freedom in the name of electoral reform. I know many of you will say, oh, you don't care, you don't care. If they don't care about your vote, about the electoral process, they would be very fast in ensuring that they add that clause that will give them opening to rig elections. Nigerians should give them the free way to do what they did, because we didn't show enough anger and enough seriousness. I can tell you, I've almost given up on the ballot revolution, but I tell you, I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up very disturbed. I woke up more than 4 times last night because I couldn't sleep. It kept tormenting me. Why would I say I give up on this revolution? I said it's over. They have signed the bill. What else? Our vote will never count. And if your vote can't count, your opinion will never count. And I can tell you, your lies will never, ever count. And that is the truth. But how can we reverse this? Is it completely over? It is not. It depends on the people. I join all other agitators, all other activists advocating for this electoral reform and good governance to sustain the momentum. To sustain the momentum. Remember what happened in Kenya. Every one of us carried it. Every one of us were busy sharing it. But it is now our own turn. Nigerians are behaving like a people under spell. You are expecting God to come down from heaven. They are telling you, oh, pray and fast. Everything will be okay. You are men most miserable Nigerians. It is your turn to be counted in history. The whole of African nations are looking up to you, and you're a big disappointment. We are worse than our politicians. In fact, our politicians are having their way because of the kind of Nigerians we have become. It's up to you. Because if Nigeria was pass, my own no go bad pass. But we are not going to give up. And I expect you to be part of this. I don't need to say too much. Let us sustain the momentum. If you have not joined in this advocacy, Nigerians must mobilize in their millions to change that. If we fail, we have to mobilize more than 1 million per local government in order to stop these people from rigging. That is all I can tell you for now. We'll keep the momentum on. If you believe in this message, if you believe that we shouldn't give up on this fight, let me have your opinion on the comment section. And please, as you are liking, be sharing. My name is Tinubu, your advocate for good governance. Bye-bye for now.